Right, welcome back to Saturday Sport. My name is Nicole Kent, and we do have in studio still with us senior sports writer from the Sunday Times, Liam Carme. Now it's off to the T20 Cricket World Cup for the Proteas tomorrow. The tournament will be held in the UAE, and South Africa open their account against Australia on the 23rd. The team has roped in former Proteas batsman JP Duminy as a consultant. He's only just joined the Lions franchise as a batting coach. Liam, the addition of JP, do you think it is a good one? Can he be of value to the team?
Absolutely.
Obviously, he can be of value.
Yeah, he can. I think he's played the second most T20 internationals for South Africa. David Miller is the only player who has played more. So, you know, he's not just going to be a batting coach in the setup, or he's being brought in as a consultant. And it's not just about batting. There are other areas, and you know, he was a fantastic fielder, for instance.
Yeah.
He can offer something in the bowling department. So I think his role is a little less formal than some of the other coaches within the setup. So I think he'll work more one-on-one and probably on a less formal basis with the players.
Yeah.
Maybe get into their heads a little bit more. So absolutely, he can add value. I mean, he's a very relaxed character as well. So you know, I think those qualities might actually come in quite handy in a World Cup.
But that's good. So you take those characteristics and you're pairing it with the team going into the T20 World Cup. There is this notion that South Africans play the T20 very well compared to other formats. So what do you think we can expect to see coming out of this World Cup?
Look, I mean, they go into the tournament with decent form. They had the success in the West Indies, which I thought was a fantastic performance, because that was a star-studded West Indies team, beating them on their home patch, difficult conditions. And those matches were also tight matches, which means that, you know, if you get into the cauldron of a knockout match in World Cup, they would be quite familiar with, you know, having to deal with that kind of pressure. Obviously, they've had success against Ireland as well, had some success in Sri Lanka. So they'll be quite buoyant going into the competition. And I know the selectors are also looking at the players who are playing in the IPL to bring their A game, you know, in this tournament, because they would have played on those wickets in those conditions and hopefully take a little bit of form going into the tournament. So there are a few things that are going for them. From all accounts, they are very confident. Yeah. And I think that's probably based on the fact that there has been some recent success. But of course, going into, we've seen this before. This movie's played itself out many times. You know, it's always helpful to go into a competition with confidence. But you know, we will only know once we get to knockout stages. You know, how well this team is prepared.
Yes, and going into this very quickly, before we go, Liam, are there any changes that you think the team needs to make when it comes to how they play going into this T20? I know you've just mentioned a lot of things that are for them and working for them.
I think in the batting department, certainly, I think we are well stocked. I think in terms of all-rounders, I would still like to see a guy like Chris Morris in that side, but I know there are issues, and you know, whether he's available or not available, that's something probably for him to answer.
But he's just phenomenal, though.
Yeah, he is a fantastic player. So he's probably the only guy outside that group I can think of. But there again, I mean, I'm not sure whether he's actually available. So in terms of what they have there, fantastic. There will be an accent on spin bowling. Obviously, we've got 3 spinners in that in the squad, and then there's a 4th as a backup player or as a reserve player. Because those wickets will turn, and it's a part of our game that has been developing over the last little while. We saw it certainly in the West Indies and obviously in Sri Lanka. So, you know, there are many positives we can take into this tournament. I think in terms of personnel, we've probably got it just about right.
Well, that's good. It's good to also have cricket on the positive side of life for a change. So I really am looking forward to that one. We're going to have to call it a day for now. That's it from Saturday Sport from Liam Carme and I. We're back with you tomorrow evening on Sunday Sport. Don't miss it. Do join us at 7:30. For now, stay tuned to eNCA. Rufiwa and Barron are back with you with everything in your news, headlines and more at the top of the hour.